This U-Haul just let out dozens of balloons with whose face? Judge Juan Merchan. We saw a couple of Alvin Bragg.
Oh, Jack Smith. Jack Smith.
Oh no. Oh my God.
It's all different faces.
Apparently, those were MAGA protesters outside of Trump's criminal trial, releasing penis balloons with faces of Jack Smith, Judge Merchan, and Alvin Bragg taped to them. It wasn't very well thought out because at first, I thought this was an anti-Trump protest, considering he's in court listening to testimony about paying off Stormy Daniels to keep quiet about their affair. This just makes everyone think about what he's on trial for. The artist/activist apparently wasted $1,500 in 2 days planning this. Damn near all of his supporters come up with bad ideas to kiss his ass.
Well, it's nice to see that some of my colleagues on the other side can make it today. I don't know if that means that there weren't enough seats in the courtroom in New York, but I know that the Oversight Committee canceled a hearing that was supposed to happen right now on this matter so that they could be at the president's trial. I know some members will miss this vote because they want to be at the president's trial, and I don't think that anything could animate the phrase "do nothing Congress" more than missing votes and canceling hearings to go up and be a spectator at your cult leader's trial. That is the definition of "do nothing Congress."
It is extraordinary that so many extreme MAGA Republicans who are apparently part of the Red Tie Brigade felt the need to bend the knee to the insurrectionists in chief, as opposed to staying in Washington and doing the business of the American people.
So not only did the Red Tie Brigade stunt kind of fail with the public, even with Fox News personalities calling them out, but they didn't even come up with any new issues to complain about. So Trump went back to advocating for himself.
But I saw something today that's maybe worse than anything. President Xi of China, I know him well, and President Putin of Russia, I know him well. They're right now together working on plans where they combine, where they get together and do damage, because that's ultimately what they're thinking about, doing damage. And you take a look at what President Xi said today. He fully expects to take Taiwan. He made that statement today. That's a big statement. And I'm sitting here in an icebox. I'm sitting here listening to a case that even people from CNN and MSDNC say should never have been brought. I've been sitting here for almost 4 weeks, and we still have a long way to go.
This doesn't make any sense either. President Xi and Putin met to discuss ways to do damage to America, he says. And Trump complains that he's stuck in an icebox of a courtroom while it all goes down. What does he think he can do about the meeting if he wasn't stuck in court? Despite how many red hats still think so, you're not the president, bro. If he's not in court, where does he suggest he'd be? And what authority does he think he has with international affairs as the guy that lost the last election? Secondly, he admits that Xi and Putin are planning damage, but he and his flock are card-carrying members of the Putin support team, advocating for his damage to continue to be done in Ukraine and anywhere else that he plans to. So is Putin an enemy of the United States or not? Because MAGA keeps calling him a strong leader that they'd rather have lead America than Joe Biden. No wonder his followers are always confused. But there's one thing Trump can do to clear all this up. And since we're talking about good and bad decisions, George Conway might have the answer.
You can't let him testify. He'd be torn to shreds in about 3 minutes. But that said, he never listens to his lawyers. If he doesn't testify, it's not going to be because he all of a sudden decided to follow legal advice. He's causing his lawyers to do stupid things in court, like the cross-examination of Stormy and the miscues the other day and the cross-examination of Mike Cohen. He doesn't listen to his lawyers. If he doesn't testify, it's because he's scared. Donald, you are scared. You like to go out and stand out there in the hallway and say all the things that you say, because nobody gets to ask you questions. And if they ask you questions, you just turn around and walk away. You, Donald, I hope you're listening to me, you are a wuss. You are scared of actually doing what Stormy Daniels had to do and what Michael Cohen had to do and what every other person who's called, you can't call these people liars, Donald, unless you go on the stand and tell your truth.